And we're live.
Yeah,
All right, episode 7. We got Christmas lights in the background for Simon's
yeah,
video.
yeah. Merry Christmas, y'all. Yeah.
Happy holidays.
Happy
I think
holidays.
I think Simon's in a pretty festive and joyous mood today, considering he just got a new PS5.
Yeah. Shout out EB Games at your Leslie. Let's go.
Let's go, EB Games
Let's
sponsor,
go.
please. We'll give you free promo.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a PS5 today, everyone. It was a very, very joyous occasion. I started crying. Not actually, but like I'm very, very happy. So I'm in a very good mood today. So let's not ruin that. Thank you.
That shit is so hard to get a hold of. So
Oh, I
big
know.
ups to you.
I've been there. Like shout
So
out to Mark at EB Games. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
today what we have, it's not too much. I think
Mm.
the last week has been a slow week regarding news from the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
just
has it been slow, or have the other weeks been really heavy with super
yeah,
depressing stuff?
yeah.
That's the other thing.
I was just
Yeah,
gonna say that, or maybe both. Maybe both.
probably, but it's honestly probably a bit of both. But
Yeah.
it
I
feels
think
like not.
last episode we also mentioned that we're gonna do 2 week. Scratch that. We're doing 2 week starting this week.
Yeah, me and Armand had a very, very, very busy week last week. I don't know what he was doing, but I had like 3 assignments, a midterm. Yeah, so I was very busy.
Yeah, work wise, it was a little hectic for me as well. Like
Mhm.
basically, my work involves a lot of clients, and most of them are like e-commerce related. So
Mhm.
Black Friday holidays are coming up, so it's just a little hectic anyway.
But we got through it. Here
We're
we
getting
are,
through it. We're getting through it.
and we're back to 2 a week. Hopefully,
Yes.
knock
Two.
on wood.
Yeah, a good thing that we recorded a whole hour last time, even though we said we're going to do it short. Hopefully,
Yeah.
it's not whoever listens to this through the week anyway. So
Yeah.
this one should. I'm confident in saying this one will be the shortest
Mhm.
that we've done
Yeah,
so
we
far.
don't have a lot. We don't have a lot for you today, or at least that I'm aware of. Like, there's been like Armand mentioned, it's been a very slow week. Uh, our hockey team has played very well. The Toronto Maple Leafs are playing very well right now. I'm very happy. But yeah, so this is gonna be probably a nice light episode, and we can kind of go from there. But yeah, it's gonna be a good one nonetheless, as
Yes,
always.
sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so let me start with this, and this is. I like that I'm starting with this because we briefly touched upon this in the last Simon Says segment. But by the
Okay,
way, for anyone listening to this right now, that's going to be a recurring thing.
I like that.
So I'm gonna give you this player's points, and I want you to guess who it is.
Oh no,
You should
not
be
the.
able to. You should be able to get it. This is very obvious.
Okay.
This player has, from just this season alone,
Uh-huh.
22 points in 17 games.
22 points. Is that Connor McDavid?
Nope.
Oh no, that yeah.
This
How dare
player,
I?
this player is 24 years old, 6 foot,
Yep.
185 pounds.
Is this Mitch Marner?
No, 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 no.
Oh yeah. Oh, I should be able to get this. You overestimate my abilities here. Sorry, how many points did you say?
22 and 17. You got one more guess.
Oh, it's Troy Terry, isn't it?
Let's go.
Boom. Let's go. Let's
Smart
go.
man, smart man. Yo, so this kid, I'm saying kid as if he's a kid. He's older than me, 24 years old. But
Yeah.
he is fourth in NHL scoring right now. Like I mentioned, 22 in 17 games. He's on a 16 game point streak.
Game point streak. Yep.
Can you believe that? Here, I'm gonna read out his points for the last 16 games. Well, not the points, because
Yeah, I got you.
minimum it's like 1, 2, 3 every single game,
Mhm.
but these are against some good opponents as well, like Calgary, Edmonton, Minnesota, Buffalo, Buffalo, St. Louis, Washington's up there as well. Carolina, he keeps scoring against some of the best teams in the league, and he doesn't look like he's about to slow down anytime soon. So my thing that I wanted to bring up was I had no idea who this guy was. Honestly,
Mm.
Troy Terry is a new name for me. That's my vocabulary now. He was drafted fifth round, 2015 by
Mhm. Yep.
148th overall.
Yep. Yeah, sorry. I did. Were you gonna say something? I don't want to cut you off.
That was all I was gonna say. But it's just,
Yeah.
this guy is bursting onto the scene right now. He's not a rookie.
Well, yeah.
Uh,
Well, it's funny because he, oh, excuse me. He was on the World Junior team a couple of years ago, and he was one of the like TJ Oshie, Jonathan Taves type of players where they kept sending him out over and over and over again, I believe, like because that's the IHF rule. Like as soon as you go through the first three skaters in the shootout, you can keep sending the same guy over and over and over again if you want to. Troy Terry, for the most part, I think people thought of him as a shootout specialist, and that's really all. I think that's what people projected him out to be throughout his career. I mean, so far this season, he's obviously proven that that's at least this season. That's not true. He's one of the leading point getters in the NHL. I am kind of curious to see how the rest of his season goes because I again the Pacific Division has been extremely competitive, but I'm also kind of skeptical if that competitiveness can last throughout the whole regular season. There's a whole lot of San Jose in there. So I don't think San Jose start is sustainable. Uh, who else is in there? The Kings. The Kings look great. Oh my God, the Kings look really good. I'm still really high on the Kings. But again, we're gonna see. Anaheim has some really nice young pieces, but hey, Troy Terry, all to him. And the funny thing is, he actually requested a trade, I think, at the end of last season. So I don't think that's going through. I don't think Anaheim's trading him anytime soon until they can figure out. It's also 24, so he's kind of old. But anyways, still extremely impressive. But yeah, I mean, hey, good for Anaheim.
Currently, he's playing on a line with Adam Henrique and Ryan Getzlaf.
That's
So
solid.
both of them having good years as well.
Mhm.
I think in general, Anaheim is having a surprise season. I don't think anyone expected them to be as good as what their record currently indicates. 10-5-3,
Yeah.
18 games played. And so
Did you 10-5-3?
10-5-3.
Okay, that's impressive. Yeah, that is good for the Ducks. My God.
Yeah, I fully expected them to miss the playoffs this year. Right now, they're top 10 in the league. I don't know if that will continue, but if Troy Terry,
I don't think that's sustainable.
If Troy Terry can continue doing what he does, and that top line continues being as good as it is right now, I think Ryan Getzlaf is having kind of a resurgence ish.
Not really. I mean, he's always been good. I've always liked Ryan Getzlaf. I just think if you look at the talent that he's had the last couple of years, hasn't been anywhere near what any other number one center has.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And I think they owe it to the Ducks drafting recently, where they've surrounded him with some pretty promising prospects.
Yeah.
Terry included. Yeah. So
Troy Terry, Trevor Zegras. I'm a huge Zegras guy. I think he's going to be really good. Jamie, not a four, but Jamie Drysdale looks like he's going to be really good. Josh Manson he's not a prospect, but he's still relatively young. He's a really good defenseman. That defense core in Anaheim, man, that they still got a great group back there. My God, Cam Fowler, Hampus Lindholm's really good. I'm a huge Hampus Lindholm fan. Jamie Drysdale, oh, like the Ducks are going to be very good even after Ryan Getzlaf leaves, but I think they're going to have a little bit of trouble in terms of some of the contracts. I think they still currently have. The one that comes out to mind is Adam Henrique. I think he's on like a very long contract or a relatively long contract. But anyways, Ducks are good. They're going to stay good. We'll see.
Yep. And when you have a goalie named John Gibson backing up your team, you're set already. So finally, it looks like
that was a Leafs draft pick, everyone.
I know. Fuck.
I love Tyler Biggs. I love him so much. Oh, just makes my heart all bubbly and oh God.
Last thing about Troy Terry. So the reason why I've been surprised is, well, obviously I've never heard of him before, but also 17-18 Anaheim Ducks, 2 games played, no points. Next season, 32 games played, 13 points. Next season, 47, 15 points. Next season, 48 games played, 20 points. And this season is where he's bursting out with.
Yeah, like I mentioned before, for like the last couple of years of his career, for the majority of his career up to this point, he was like a shootout specialist. Or sorry, that's the way people thought of him. Just because, like, again, like no offense to the guy, but it didn't look like he had that much offensive talent. But I mean, at least early on, he's proven people wrong, at least this season. So again, I hope he can keep it up because I would like to see him succeed. But yeah, I mean, we'll see.
At the same time, though, he currently has a 27.9% shooting percentage. So that's going to come down. That will regress significantly.
Also, I just want to give a shout out to Matt Duchene. I'm looking at the point total right now. Duchene has 19 points in 17 games. That's nice.
Wow.
That is nice. Anyways, yeah. I just want to give Matt Duchene some love because he had a little rough go in Nashville last couple of years. So good for him.
He's had a rough go for like 5 or 6 seasons straight now.
Well, people were calling him like the Matt Duchene curse or whatever, or like he went to the Senators when they were like one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference and they completely just sucked. He went to Nashville. He like the
Yep.
Nashville Predators have never been the same since. Well, I think the Predators are a different story because they have a lot of pieces coming in and out. Like they're kind of reaching the end of their window of their previous core. But anyways, yeah.
All right, so now I want to talk about Connor McDavid for a sec.
Oh
And
no, yeah.
not for the reason that you'd expect. I'm not going to bring up his points total. I already know it's ridiculous. We're not going to go into that.
I think I know where you're going with this, but go on. I'm prepared. Go ahead.
So a couple weeks ago, or maybe this was just a week ago now, there was some discussion online and in the media around Connor McDavid and his ability to draw penalties. And I think he has not drawn a single penalty in 8 straight playoff games. I believe that is the number.
Playoff games or regular season?
Playoff games.
Holy shit. Okay. That's crazy. Oh my God. Yeah, I knew something ridiculous. Like, that's crazy. Oh my God.
And regular season is a different story, but basically, I want to bring this up right now because this is going to be a central theme of this podcast going forward. I despise the NHL reffing so much.
Yeah.
And you know what my thing is? It's rigged. Listen.
Okay, I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
It's rigged, asterisk, to an extent. If you have a rule book, call the rule book.
Yep.
So what they do in the playoffs is they have a set of rules and they throw it away. They're like, oh, we don't need this anymore. It's the playoffs. You got to go hard. You got to compete. Bang and crash. Let's go. And so all the calls that you see in the regular season, for example, tripping, slashing, poking, whatever it is, those aren't called as much as they are in the regular season. In the playoffs, it's just like, okay, whatever. Playoffs wise, if you severely demolish a player's brains, then you'll get a call.
Yeah.
So, okay. I don't mind the calls in the playoffs. I don't mind the calls in the regular season. But the fact that they're two completely different things, and it just feels like they're two completely different leagues, sports, if you compare them right beside each other, that I have a problem with.
So like
nobody does this. The one last thing I'm going to say here, with all the betting companies that the NHL is bringing in, and the next year, the year after that, these companies are going to be the main revenue driver, not only for hockey, but for all of sports. And we already see that with some of the sponsorships rolling through. Ontario in Canada is getting I think they're finally legalizing their sports gambling system.
Yep.
Money's going to come from there. If you have an entire game that just changes like that based off of a referee's inaction or their stupid decision-making, that's not going to fly with the sponsors. They need a fair game for people to bet on, and the refs are messing it up. They rig it just based off of what they want the game to be.
You see, and that's, like, I cannot agree with that enough. I've always felt this way. If, again, like you said, if you have a rule book, call it a rule book. The NHL gets itself into trouble because they basically decide that they don't want the penalties to affect the outcome of the game. Well, hold on. If you're calling penalties, it should affect the outcome of the game. The whole idea of a penalty is to penalize a player for breaking the rules. So all of a sudden now we're basically awarding players for not playing the game by the rules for which the game is supposed to be played. It's not hockey anymore. Like, it's like, and again, I didn't even think about it from the sports betting perspective, but you're 100% right on that, because again, these penalties are directly affecting the outcome of games. You're telling me that the Edmonton Oilers power play has been number 1 in the league for the last like 2 or 3 years. You're telling me 2 or 3 power plays a game, or 2 or 3 power plays a game won't impact the outcome of these games? 100% they will. The number 2 point getters in the NHL right now are Draisaitl and McDavid. It's crazy. But like, again, this whole idea of game management is so stupid. And like, there's not really much I can really say other than like, I despise the direction that I despise the NHL officiating for a while. I always have. And like, there's no indication it's getting better ever.
Yeah.
And the one time that that there was something where it actually looked like it was corrupt, or like where the ref was caught on the hot mic saying I was going to give him a penalty because whatever, they basically gave him an early retirement because he was going to retire at the end of the season anyway.
Yep.
Like what the fuck is that?
Yep.
Like it's stupid. It's so stupid, and like it's it's fucking with fan interest. It really is. It's ridiculous.
I'm glad you brought that back up because I forgot that. But basically, so for anyone who is new to hockey or new to this podcast and wants to learn more about what we're talking about, if you go back to last season and you search up the referee that was fired, I forgot his name.
I can't remember either, but it was a game between Detroit and Nashville, I think. And I believe that Nashville took a penalty earlier on in the game or something like that. And he was going to give the Detroit, he was going to try to get Detroit a penalty to even it up. And the idea is if you do that, you're evening the power play. So you're basically evening the playing field, even though sometimes the playing field doesn't deserve to be even.
Yeah. So the referee, what he was doing, and what most NHL referees currently do, is they don't like it when a specific team has more power play opportunities than the other one. If you go back to last season, if you go back to actually the last 20 seasons in the NHL, and you go game by game, the number of power plays that were awarded to each and every single team, you will find that in 95% of them, the power play opportunities given are always within
equal,
or equal. So, for example, Toronto versus Winnipeg, just a random game. Toronto will get 2 power plays. Winnipeg will get 1 or 2 at most. Boston versus Carolina. Boston will get 4. That means Carolina will also get 5 or 4. They will always between 1 of each other, or there will be even. And what does this benefit? It benefits the teams that play harder, the teams that are more egregious with the way that they play and just tend to be more, I guess, aggressive on their forecheck and whatnot. And so for example, the Boston Bruins. Great example.
Oh, no, I don't want to talk about them.
I'm going to talk about it.
No.
And I'm not saying that that's why the Leafs lost so many series against the Boston Bruins.
Oh, it directly is. I will die on this hill. It 100% is.
Yes. And the reason is the Boston Bruins, that's their playing style. They play more aggressively. They play in a way that in the regular season, they would get more penalties drawn against them. But in the playoffs, now rule book is thrown away, which benefits the Boston Bruins.
They know what they can get away with. That's the easiest way to put it. Like, they know how the playoffs are called. If you go back, go look at Chara, go look at Marchand, go look at Nick Ritchie at the time, go look at like whoever you want to take, like Dennis Seidenberg back in the day, Johnny Boychuk back in the day, like they like Mark Recchi back in the day. Like, these guys know what they can get away with, and hey, they use it to their advantage. And if you can, why wouldn't you? Good for them, I guess. Kind of. I don't really want to be applauding that idea, but like, I don't want, like, it's at like, it just sucks that this is where we're at. That's kind of what I'm getting at here. Like, anyways,
if you can figure out a way to take advantage of this system, I'm going to say Boston Bruins have done a great job of this. The Tampa Bay Lightning have done a phenomenal job navigating the salary cap restrictions. If you can find a way to succeed in today's NHL, that's because you found a way to go against the philosophy that the NHL is trying to instate with the salary cap, with the penalties, and the game management.
Yep.
That's what successful teams can do. But that's not how it should be. It should be an even playing field for everyone, and that's not what happens. If a team is more aggressive, if a team commits more fouls during the game, they need to have more penalties drawn against them. It should not be even. Like, we should not be surprised if the penalties in any given game go like 6 for the Boston Bruins and 2 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. But that never happens.
Nope. Why would it?
And
the league's stupid.
The part that pisses me off the most is, let's say you're in the first period of a game and Toronto gets 3 power plays, right? You know that for the rest of the game, the referees are going to call as much as they can against the Toronto Maple Leafs. You just know those 3 power play opportunities are coming back for the other team.
Well, yeah. Well, think about it. Like I don't know if you do this. I do this all the time when I'm watching hockey, where if it's like the Leafs had 3 penalties, like 3 power plays in the first period, you're waiting for the makeup call.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Like, there'd be like, there was one, I can't remember when it was, but there was a John. No, it was against Ottawa. It was the second game of the season. John Tavares has nice little stick lift. Like, it was very, very light. You see players do it all the time, and all of a sudden they decide to give him a hooking penalty. Crucial point of the game. I think it was like 3 minutes left in the third period. Like they're basically getting ready to pull the extra, get the extra tag. I can't remember the scenario off the top of my head, but it impacted the game directly because it basically affected Leafs' ability to get the extra tacker on for the last 2 minutes. But like, I guess I'm being hypocritical with myself there. But like, I know, but like, the idea is like it wasn't a penalty, and they're basically like they say they don't want the penalties to affect the outcome. Well, like they are if you do it like that. Like regardless of how you do it, it's going to impact the game. So why are we making special exceptions to when we do and don't call penalties? It's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
No other sport does this.
Okay. So no sport does that intentionally. I would argue NBA basketball can be a little bit different in the sense that like there are definitely times. Again, I will die. This is another hill I'll die on. NBA officiating is probably the hardest sport to officiate. Just watching it and trying to call it. But there are definitely fouls that like LeBron gets or Kawhi gets or that like other players get that aren't fouls, but like, hey, you got to protect your stars. And that's kind of what the point of a lot of people are getting at. Like, we should be protecting McDavid. We should be protecting Crosby. We should be protecting McKinnon, like the top stars in a game or whatever. My point is, I don't even want that. Just call the rule book. Call the rule book. I will be fine. I will be content. I won't say a word about the officials. But up to this point, on the last couple of years, the officiating has been atrocious. Mm-hmm. They said at the beginning of the year, we're gonna start calling more cross-checking penalties. Bullshit. They haven't again. There have been games where they call stuff in front of the net because that's probably the most high volume amount of cross checks in the game. But like, that's not enough, man. Sorry. Like battles in the corners, like someone's gonna get hurt.
My problem is more so with the playoffs than the regular season. But either way, I think you brought up the NBA as a direct comparison. Mm-hmm. The thing that the NBA does that I wish the NHL would do is allow the referees to be questioned after the game.
Yes, 100%. Like no disagreement there, none.
Players get media coverage, cool. Coaches do as well, cool. GMs get it from time to time. What about the refs? Why are you hiding them?
Yep. And the league and the NBA has a 2-minute report. For those of you who don't know basketball, 2-minute report is basically a summary of every single call that is made in the fourth quarter, and it reports if it was called incorrectly or correctly. The NHL doesn't have that. Occasionally, if there's like a very obvious blown call that needs to be like disputed or needs to be like they need to come out and say, okay, this is wrong, they'll do it. But like for little things that's like, we called a slashing penalty, they don't monitor or announce, we did this wrong, we got this call wrong. They never do it, and that is a problem. That is a major problem.
Yep. And when the ref who had that hot mic incident last week, once everyone found out that that's what he said, the league didn't do anything to send him.
Last week or last year?
Last year, sorry.
Okay.
When everyone found out that he said that on live television, he was essentially he wasn't let go by the league. He was just told, you don't have to ref the remaining games that you were told to this season.
This is literally Joel Quenneville, Stan Bowman all over again. You don't have to, you're not fired. You can just walk, you can step down. Oh, this league makes me want to fucking blow my brains out. Oh my God. Like,
okay. What that tells me is, you did something wrong. The NHL knows that there's something wrong with the referee. That's why you told him that he doesn't have to ref anymore. Okay, cool. So we're on the same page there. Mm-hmm. But if you know that the referees are doing something wrong, what are you actually going to do about it? Mm-hmm. And the answer is nothing. Yep. They did not change anything about the way that the refs did their job between last season and the playoffs of last season.
Yeah, why would they?
There was no intention, or there's no rumbling or any rumors about any changes that they're going to make for this season. We'll see what happens in the playoffs. Where's the integrity? What are you doing?
None. There's none. Like, this is the NHL. This is the league that has absolutely no integrity, no empathy, has nothing. It's literally just a business where they do what they can to try to get the most amount of money out of the sport that they can. That's it. They do not care about their players. Again, this is like this. There's so many things wrong with this league. Like just like ethically, like the last like 3 episodes we talk about the Chicago Blackhawks, like in a situation where the NHL just completely violated any code of ethics it has, anything. They completely botched it. That's a one dimension. And now you're talking about they're not even calling the game the way it's supposed to be played. Like, man, I don't know what we're doing here. I really don't.
Sometimes I wonder why we watch this league as much as we do.
It's a fun sport to watch.
The sport is fun. That's my answer as well. I love hockey.
Yeah.
Love hockey so much. But I hate this league so much.
No disagreements at all.
So,
Anyways.
Okay, the point now of why I brought this entire topic up. I like that we went on that tangent here to explain our frustrations with the refereeing, but Connor McDavid. So he has not drawn. It's not that he didn't draw many penalties. He didn't draw any penalties for the last 8 straight playoff games, and even some regular season games. I think this season there have been some discussion around, it looks like Connor McDavid, like no players are actually calling anything against him. Sorry, no referees are calling much against him these days. Mm-hmm. And so I think John Tortorella, last week, he went out on an interview and he said, once he was asked the question of whether or not the referee should actually start doing their job more and more, and Tortorella, all he had to say was, Connor McDavid should just shut up.
Old boys club.
Basically, the intention there was, the refs are not going to change, so you should change. The players should change. Yep. You're the best player in the league. Don't be the best player in the league. Come on. Don't be in the power play. Stop whining.
Oh my God.
The refs are your daddies.
Mm-hmm.
So shut up, and then maybe the refs can call more of what you actually want. And full disclosure, John Tortorella is going to go and coach in the league. So I know why he said that thing, because he probably doesn't want the refs to view him in a different light, because he's going to be coaching again. It makes sense why he supports them. But this is the problem. Why are you backing up the referees? There's such a large community in the NHL that's supporting such shit refereeing. You don't want the sport to be amazing. You don't want Connor McDavid to score more power play goals. Connor McDavid is your league. He is the sport. He's the reason you're going to get more money, not the refereeing.
Yeah. Yep. Again, like I think you're spot on. I got nothing to add. It's disappointing, but like it's added to the list, I guess, at this point. Like,
oh my God. Every episode we we highlight something extremely frustrating about this league, and they're never going to change unless there's directly money involved. Yep. Unless the NHL knows that they will lose money because of this, they're not going to change because they're lazy as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I had to say there.
Okay. Yep. Nothing to add here.
Okay, one last thing before we jump into Simon Says Again. Let's stick to Canadian teams only, but I'm going to ask you, who do you think is going to make the Olympics? Let's start with the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Sorry, are you talking about Team Canada or like just in general? Like
just in general. I meant like the Canadian NHL teams. Let's just stick to those for this episode. But
okay, got it. Yeah,
maybe depending on time. But Toronto Maple Leafs, number one. Who do you think from the team will make the Olympics?
Okay, I'm gonna go Matthews. I'm gonna go Marner. I'm gonna go Tavares and Nylander.
Yep.
4. Yep. Maybe Riley.
Yeah.
Maybe Riley, depending on I don't know all the Canadian defense off the top of my head. I know Cale Makar is Canadian. He's probably gonna make it. There's a lot of good young Canadian defensemen. I think Riley's got to be on it, but again, I don't know. It depends how the other Canadian NHL defensemen go. But I basically have them there.
Yep. I'm gonna also throw in Jack Campbell. I still don't think.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna make the Olympic roster because I think by now, the Olympics are only like 2.5 months away. So, or just 2 months away. So any decision making regarding who's gonna make the roster now will be made pretty soon. And Jack Campbell's amazing, but usually in situations like these, they go on experience and veteranness, I guess sometimes. So yeah, he would make it.
Okay, well, let's just take that theory for example. Again, I'm not saying you're wrong, but let's just look at who's made the American goalies in the past. Okay, so Jonathan Quick having a very good season with the LA Kings. Could he make it? I mean, maybe. Probably. Like he has a shot. He's played very well this year. Connor Hellebuck. Connor Hellebuck is making the playoffs. Sorry, he's making the American Olympic team. No question there. He's making that roster. Jimmy Howard, you made it once. No.
Jimmy Howard, he doesn't play anymore.
Exactly. So and that's my point. Like Braden Holtby Braden Holtby is Canadian. Never mind. Like just going off the top of my head, Carter Hart I think is Canadian. Pittsburgh, Tristan Jarry, he's not making it. Dallas, no, like there's not a lot of options there.
John
So that's
Gibson.
what. Okay, yeah, Gibbs. I will give you Gibson. I will give you Gibson for sure. Gibson will make it. So that's 2. We're going Gibson. We're going Hellebuck. Maybe Quick. That's 2.5. My main point is here that I don't think there's that many great American goalies to the point where it's like, oh, like Jack Campbell's having an unbelievable season, and he had a good one last year. So like I would think whoever the scouting team or the whoever's on like the selection committee, I think he has to be at least on their radar. And I think if he's on the radar, there's a pretty good shot he makes the team.
Yep, I agree with you there. I don't think anyone else from the Toronto Maple Leafs will be in the discussion for the Olympics.
No, I don't think.
Okay, let's go quickly. Winnipeg Jets.
Winnipeg, give me Blake Wheeler, give me Kyle Connor, give me maybe Josh Ehlers. I don't even if the Danes have an Olympic team this year. He's Danish. If they do, he'll make it. So I'm kind of throwing out a technicality there. Josh Morrissey might make it. I don't think so. He might make it. I doubt it. But like the main guys I have those like Scheifele, Wheeler, and that other guy we mentioned. Fuck, who was it? Ehlers potentially. Yeah. And Hellebuck, obviously. Yeah.
I would say no for Wheeler.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. There's just so many Canadian centers, and
he's American.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Then in that case, yes. Totally.
He's a winger. He's a winger too.
Blake Wheeler?
He can't, or if he's playing center, he can play center. But like he's been a winger the most of his career.
Oh, I think it's because when PLD came in, then he
shifted to the wing.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe I'm not too sure, but okay.
Well, anyways, doesn't really matter. I think he's gonna make it. You think he's gonna make it? Doesn't really matter.
Let's go Calgary Flames.
Calgary. I got Johnny Hockey making it. I have Matthew Tkachuk. Yeah, that's my hot take. I guess I don't really think that was a hot take, but give me Goudreau, give me Elias Lindholm, give me Markstrom. I think there's no way Markstrom isn't the starting goalie for the Swedes at the Olympics. I think he's gonna run away with it. And then like that's really it. Tkachuk might make it. I doubt it. There's a lot of really good Canadian talent on the wings, but like could he make it? Yeah, I don't think he does though.
Yeah. I don't think Matt Tkachuk would make it.
Yeah.
There's just so much talent on the Canadian roster for it, so I'm not too sure. Edmonton Oilers. I don't think McDavid makes it.
No one. Not Dreisaitl. No. Like, okay. All jokes aside, give me McDavid, Dreisaitl. That's it. Maybe Darnell Nurse, but I doubt it.
I'm gonna say something controversial.
Don't say Zach Hyman. Say Zach Hyman. I know what you're gonna say. They brought Chris Kunitz on to be McDavid, to be Crosby's buddy, yada yada. Okay, you don't need that with McDavid. You do not. He is an unbelievable player. We're going off of Also, you need to remember this. At that point in his career, Chris Kunitz had been playing with Crosby for like 7 years. They're going off half a season with Hyman. There's no shot.
I like how you shut that down before I even said anything. You're like, I know exactly where you're going with
this. Again, I get why people bring it up. It's not like, all right, like, okay, let's put it this way. If you had to pick between Tyler Seguin and Zach Hyman, who would you pick?
Tyler Seguin. obviously.
Okay, if you had to pick between Zach Hyman and Nathan McKinnon, sorry, that's a stupid question. If you had to pick between like Zach Hyman and like let's say Andrew Mangiapane on the Flames, who would you pick?
Zach Hyman.
Really? Okay. I personally
Right,
I would go
Andrew Mangiapane? Really?
Dude,
No.
have you seen him this? So far this season, his shooting percentage has been really high, but he's been unbelievable. I think he's a better skater and he's a bit more. His hands are a bit better than Zach Hyman. That's my only debate. I think Hyman's a very hardworking player. I think he has grit. He has everything that you want in a player in terms of intangibles, but in terms of pure skill, Mangiapane all day. That's my only point. Like, I'm not saying Zach Hyman's bad. I'm not saying he's trash. I love Zach, but like this whole thing of him making the playoffs, I think is a little bit ridiculous. That's
You mean
all.
the Olympics?
Olympics. Did I say the playoffs again?
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck's wrong? Okay, anyways. Vancouver. Who do you got in Vancouver?
Let's see. Okay, I got Pedersen in. I got Quinn Hughes.
Okay.
Lost your quick times.
That's all I got.
You know what? You're right. Brock Besser. He's American.
I don't got Brock Besser. Nope.
I think who's the other player? Brock Besser or Johnny Hockey?
Johnny Hockey. No question. Better skater. Also, Thatcher Demko making the US Olympic team. No question. Thatcher Demko's been unreal this year.
Okay, so now the question is Demko or Campbell?
Demko, no question. I go Demko.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I would disagree with you there. I don't think either of them will make the Olympic team, but if I had to choose between one of them, I would go Campbell.
I would like to focus on one thing here as well. Again, this is something we talked about last week with the Vancouver Canucks. They have a horrible defensive system. Nothing. They got nothing. The Toronto Maple Leafs actually have a relatively solid defensive core. Who they got Brody, they actually, like, in the Toronto Maple Leafs as a whole have been playing better defensive hockey. You telling me if you put Jack Campbell in the Vancouver Canucks team right now that he's pumping out the same results as Thatcher Demko? I don't know about that. Again, I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying he does. He does suck. He does less impressive than Demko. I'm just saying the stuff I've seen from Demko this year is actually fucked. Like people talk about like Jack Campbell made like a really nice save, dude. Like the stuff that Thatcher Demko's been doing out in BC has been ridiculous. Like actually absurd.
He has been really good. I have to admit.
He's been and if any of you listening haven't watched, go to YouTube and like look up the Thatcher Demko highlights this year. He's been phenomenal.
I would still go with Jack Campbell, but
okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah. Like
Ottawa Senators. I'm gonna move to Ottawa.
Yep. No one. I got no one.
You may be right, but Tim Stützle maybe for Germany.
If they have a team, yeah, for sure. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, Thomas Chabot, maybe.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, not much more than that. Let's see. Who else? Did I miss anyone? Montreal.
Carey Price maybe, but like, okay, let's think about this. Who they got?
Is Cole Caulfield American?
He is, but he's not making that team. There's too much skill of any other around the league that I don't think he makes it. I think he'll get there. I think he'll be a really good player at some point in his career, but I don't have him right now.
Imagine Cole Caulfield, noted AHLer, makes the U.S. Olympic team.
That's the thing, right? Like,
imagine the outcry.
Yeah, I'm looking at their roster right now. Like, yeah, I got no one. I got no one on Montreal except for maybe Carey Price.
I was gonna say Josh Anderson, but he's Canadian, so no.
He's also not a good hockey player, but yeah.
He's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are our. I don't think we missed any Canadian team. I think we got them all. Right.
Quebec Nordiques. Who you got?
Ooh, Matt Sundin.
Okay. I was gonna say Wendell Clark, but that's okay. Anyways, that's all I have I think that's all we have for the Olympics. So I think it's time for our favorite segment of all time.
Ooh, one more thing. I think.
Oh my God, you lied to me.
Tavares will make it just because the Lululemon ads have been coming up about Team Canada's Olympic attire. He's gonna make it just because he's on that marketing.
He's also having a really good season.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go John Tavares. I love you so much. Okay.
Yeah.
So first of all, Simon Says, segment number 2.
Yes.
If you have the NHL stats open right now, I need you to close them.
I don't actually. I closed all my windows. I'm
Okay.
clearly looking at my Yahoo Mail inbox.
Okay. This one's going to be a relatively easier one. I'm going to wrap it
Okay.
up here. But rookies for this season, who do you think? Give me the top 5 in terms of points.
Rookie points.
Yes.
Troy Terry's not a rookie. That'd be my first guess. But no, Troy Terry's not a rookie. Oh, wait. Don't the Red Wings have a bunch of younger guys that are playing? Like, they got Sider, but Sider is a defenseman. He hasn't got it. Lucas Raymond. Yeah, Lucas Raymond. Who else they got? Raymond. They got. Don't they have someone else? There's no way Sider's on that list, right?
You got to make a choice.
I'll say yeah. Sider?
Yes.
Give me Zegras. I think Zegras has got to be on there.
Yep.
How many do you want? Top 5, top 10? Like
top 5. Okay, so I'll give you this. Lucas Raymond, first in rookie points right now, 19.
Okay. Yeah.
Number 2 is actually Sider. Defenseman, 13 points.
Oh.
Dude, the Red Wings are amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And then you said Trevor Zegras. He's currently 4th in rookie points with 10. Center for the Anaheim Ducks. So you're missing 3rd and 5th.
Man.
Okay, I'll give you another hint. I'll give you a hint. 3rd in rookie points is center and 12 points currently. And he plays on the New Jersey Devils.
Oh my God. I was reading about this kid yesterday. I can't remember his name. His last name starts with an M.
Yep.
It's not Mercer, is it?
It is. Dawson Mercer.
Oh. Okay. I can't believe I didn't remember that. Oh my God. And I have no idea who's number 5. I got none. I got zilch.
Number 5 is on San Jose Sharks. I saw him when he came over to Toronto. He played really well. Jonathan Dahlen.
Okay. That name sounds familiar. I think he might have been in a trade that was done earlier. But anyways, I can't remember.
Bonus points if you can get number 6.
Timothy Liljegren.
No, he's not.
I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't.
Leafs legend. Michael Bunting.
Oh shit. Okay, there's no way he qualifies as a rookie. He's like 28 years old. Get that out of here. He's 27.
How old is Michael Bunting? Let's find out.
He's 27. He signed a 3-year deal. He's 26, turning 27.
26. But yeah, that is pretty old.
Like he ain't no rookie. Get that out of here.
At the same time, though, I don't mind that they're including Michael Bunting because if it's your
I don't mind either.
If it's your first proper league in the league, first proper season in the league, then you should be included in the Calder conversation. I hate that they have like an age limit. Like some people just are late bloomers. Why do you gotta shut them out? That's
because
fine.
you have players like Kirill Kaprizov and Artemi Panarin who played in other pro leagues in his first rookie season in the NHL. That's not fair.
That's not fair.
That's the problem I have with it. That's the only problem I have with that. Anyways, next question.
All right,
there is one.
I'm gonna give you 3 for 5 on that one. So you got 60%. Good job.
I'll take that. That's like going into that blind. I will take that all day.
Good job. Okay. And then for the second question, and this is going to be the second of 2 questions that I'm going to ask for today.
Okay.
Give me the top 5 teams in the league as of right now, Monday, November 22nd, 2021.
Is this in terms of points or points percentage?
Points.
Edmonton's got to be on there. Give me
Nope.
Edmonton. Oh, really?
Yeah, they're not in there. We'll go for points. Points percentage, yes, they would be, but in terms
of got it. Anaheim.
Nope.
Really? Oh my God, this is embarrassing. The Panthers. The Panthers have to be on there.
They're number 1 in the league currently.
The Leafs.
Yes, that's 5th.
The Philadelphia Flyers.
Nope.
Okay, yeah, that was weird. The Jets.
The Jets?
Yeah.
Nope.
The Capitals? Have
The
to be.
Capital are there. Okay, I'm gonna give you 3 more guesses. You got 2 teams left. You got 3 guesses. So you got Florida at number 1, you got Washington at number 3, and you got Toronto at number 5.
Give me the Rangers.
Nope.
Give me the Hurricanes. How could I forget the Hurricanes?
Good job. One more guess for number 4th in the league.
The Pittsburgh Penguins.
Incorrect.
Was it?
You missed out on another Canadian team.
Oh fuck, the Flames! Damn it.
Yeah. Flames have been playing out of their mind.
It's okay. It's okay. I'll take the 3 or 4 to 5, whatever I got.
Yeah, I'll give you 4 for 5 there. Good job.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
So brief comment on the Leafs, currently 5th in the league. If you go look at points percentage, it's a completely different story. You got Carolina, Florida, Edmonton, Washington, and Calgary. But honestly, the Leafs currently last 13 games, they've gone 11-2.
Yeah.
Best for 5th in the league. Their goal differential, it's only +6, but that's because they got slapped really hard by a couple teams early on this season.
Who, the Leafs did?
Yeah, the Leafs did.
Pittsburgh. Yep. Pittsburgh. Yep.
Yeah. And I think Carolina, they lost a couple games 4-1 or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just want to say one more thing. Sorry, I have one question of the day. I'm going to also make that a new segment.
Okay. I like that.
Before I say the question of the day, I just want to say that John Tavares has more wins at UBS than the Islanders do.
I like that. Let's go, baby.
All right. Question of the day. I'm going to give you one question, and you're just going to give me a number for this one. We'll get to talk about this next episode. But similar to how we ended off last episode, I'm going to give you a question. Just give me a straight number, no explanation required.
Got it.
The Leafs play 16 more games till the end of the year.
Oh, 2020. Okay, never mind. Okay, yeah. Okay, got it. Yep. Okay.
So at the end of 2021, they play 16 more games between now and December 31st. I'm going to list out their opponents. I want you to give me a prediction for what their record will be.
Okay.
So you got the West Coast road trip. You got Kings, Sharks, Ducks for the next 3. Then you got the Avalanche, Wild, Jets, Blue Jackets, Lightning, Blackhawks, Oilers, Flames, Canucks, Kraken, Blues, Blue Jackets, Penguins, and then that's the end of the year.
I'll take 10-6. I'll take, give me 10-6, something like that.
Okay, I'm gonna go. They've been playing so well recently. 11-5. Haha.
Okay, I'll take that. All right.
Okay, we're gonna end.
Anyways, yeah, I think it's all I got for you. Again, barring any other setbacks, I think we'll be back on Wednesday. Hopefully, have those note for you tomorrow on Tuesday, or I guess tomorrow will be whenever you're listening to it. So hopefully, I'll have it for you ready on Tuesday, and then we'll be back on Wednesday with a new back on Wednesday recording a new episode. So yeah.
Yep. Peace out.
Deuces.